Okay, hello everybody. I am not too much in the mood to do some serious editing, even though this has a lot of footage. Um, but anyways, this is a video that's going to be describing how the Intel Battlemage B50 graphics card performs on unsupported hardware, and besides that, how it plays games on unsupported hardware. Because here's the thing. Okay. What you're seeing on the screen right now, of course, Team Fortress 2. Yeah, that's but all there's like a few other games I'm gonna be showing. I'll do some cuts in, cuts out, whatever. But anyways, this build is a i7-4790 CPU. Probably won't put it up on screen because Blender's being weird with pictures. I'm using Blender as the video editor. But anyways, i7-4790 with a whatever motherboard that is, along with 32 gigabytes of DDR3 1866 megahertz RAM. There is no chance of me putting a resizable bar on this, because even if the motherboard supported it with that UEFI hack mod, I don't feel like putting Windows 11 on it to install that thing and then risk breaking this machine. I might risk another machine. I've got another machine I want to test the GPU on, but not this machine. So you're going to see exactly how it performs on unsupported DDR3 PCIe 3 4th gen Intel hardware. Okay? And other than that, so long story short, some games they perform okay, but a recurring theme is basically that you're going to be seeing some awful 1% lows. And if you're on this generation of hardware, the only recommendation I can give you is, or two. There's two recommendations. One is if you need to game now, and you have a slim form factor PC, which is partly why I wanted to test this out, because this has a slim half height GPU. The Intel B50 fits in the half height GPU, half height cases. Well, go with an RX 550 because that's what I was using before this. And alternatively, if you don't mind crappy performance, not that this is necessarily bad, but it's not really much better than the RX 550 in some cases, and in some cases it's much worse because of those stutters. The stutters can make it quite unbearable. If you don't care too much about good performance and you just want to hang on to the GPU, then my second recommendation is that sure, buy it, hang on to it, because this is like one of the only things that hasn't risen in price. It's got 16 gigabytes of VRAM and it works, right? It's like storing it, but you can still mess with it. Like you're storing it for later, but you can still mess with it if you really want to, but it's not a good idea. But at least you can confirm the GPU works, technically. Just not everything. And I don't want to drag this out into the rest of the video, so by now I'm assuming the TF2 footage is over and the Half-Life 2 Lost Coast demo is running. That demo is one of the ones where it actually runs pretty well. Like it runs better than my RX 550, there's like no doubt about it, because I think the amount of VRAM required is just low enough that it lack of resizable bar doesn't matter. But yeah, I've lost my train of thought. But this was an interesting experiment. One other thing is that the main problem besides the stuttering is that the decoders, the hardware decoders, hardware encoders, all that stuff, yeah, that's not working. You need to go and mess around and ask around how to disable the libva. Like, I don't know, it's something about libva. You go, because this is all running on Linux. Okay, so this is running on, I ran it on CachyOS. This is kernel 7, whatever. So without resizable bar, you cannot get your decoders to work. So go into the libva settings and make sure that you're only running all the encoding and decoding with your CPU. And yeah, so the performance could be a bit better in these games because I was recording with the CPU and not recording with the capture card or the GPU encoders. So also keep that in mind. But like with Half-Life 2 Lost Coast, whatever the frame rate says, it was higher without. I think it was like 280 when I wasn't using OBS instead of, let's say, 200 something, 220 or whatever. And that was. I'm not gonna check it. I'm recording this in one go. So yeah, you definitely need a resizable bar if you want the encoders to work. But surprisingly, everything else at least sort of works. Some games, like you later on, you'll see Call of Duty World at War, that will run at a stable 91 FPS. I mean, 91 isn't high, but I have a PC running an RTX 3060, and yeah, that thing stutters. Like, it stutters worse than this GPU does with certain other games. So for some reason, World at War, stable 91, Modern Warfare 2, stable frame rate, mostly. I don't know, but the RTX 3060 that have what I've paired with like dual Xeons, I think maybe the dual CPU setup is just messing with those games. Then yeah, weird hardware combinations will get you weird and sometimes unpleasant results. This is one of those times, but sometimes it's not so unpleasant. You'll see later on that I'm running like CS2, Doom 2016, Sirius M3 at the very end. I'll probably put the timestamps in the video description. I generally assume that I'm running everything on the high settings. If you didn't catch what video settings I put it at. And yeah, I hope you enjoy looking at the results, or that it's informative, because this is the last time I'm going to use any recording. I'm not going to splice it in. End of a voice message, blah blah blah. I hope you enjoy the video, haha.
can take the subway tunnels to the hospital. There's a red line station. Sounds good.
Can you turn off that light?
Reloading! Someone's gonna need these. There's gonna be hell to pay you keep Can you make it? I'm okay. Thanks. Loading! Grenade! Reloading!
This way!
Okay, now that was nice.
We're in the school.
Copy that, 121.
Keep moving. We need to take the heat off of 123.
Yeah, I'm cutting through history class now.
Hunter 2-1, this is Hunter 2-3. Thanks for the assist. We're leaving on Hunter 3's Humvee. Over. Hunter 2-1 actual. This is Overlord. Send traffic.
The school is secure and hostiles are withdrawing from the area. We just mopping up there.
Solid copy, Hunter 2-1 actual. Proceed with caution to the rally point. EPWs may still be in the area. Over.
Roger that, Overlord. Friendly stragglers! Let's get to that rally point!
Get the wounded to the shock trauma unit. Use my helicopter. Private Allen, you'll be taking orders from me from now on. I'll brief you on the chopper. Let's go. Battalion is Oscar Mike!
End playback.
Hey, you! Over here!
It ain't safe here. Get in. I know you got questions, but we gotta get moving. Got bandits all over these hills. We best get going. I'm Dan Hager, and you are one lucky son of a bitch. You know, ARC survivors are worth a lot of money to whoever hands them over to the authority. Wait, you don't even know the authority yet. Well, I guess you don't know anything about any of this.
Buddy,
We're in front of the museum. You know, where we're supposed to be. Where the hell are you?
stay put. I'm on my way.
Roger that.
What are you looking at? Mr. Smith, Mr. Wesson, glad you could make it. Put a sock in it. Uh-oh.